want to hear from you. What do you think? Partner, and I mean, it's your own experience and from your own journey with me.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. As you were asking this question, the key word to me there was partner. So understanding that this is a partnership, I think, is the first step in knowing how to be a good partner. You can't know how to be a good something if you don't know the meaning of that something. I owe my parents a lot. I owe my parents a lot in this, in forming this mentality. I grew up seeing my mom and my dad always filling each other's gaps. There's no relationship that is perfect, obviously, but there was no line between roles per se. You understand? Everybody did what they had to do to make the complete thing work. And if you ask me, that's the definition of partnership. If you look at your relationship with someone as partnership and not as, I'm allowing this guy, or I'm allowing this girl, or I'm bringing this girl under my wings. As weird as that sounds, some people think like that. But there's never been a time that I put myself first before you.
I can definitely attest to that. That's you.
If, I'm a Christian also, so, it's important to me to model, my life after what specifically I see from Jesus, you understand? And then if men are supposed to be, model their leadership or their love as Jesus did, you can see where I'm going with this.
Yeah, definitely.
If you live your life that way with someone, as a guy, I'm speaking for guys now, you would almost not get it wrong. You will not be perfect, obviously, but you will almost not get it wrong. Put the person first. Be soft with the person, be forgiving. Basically, everything Jesus did to us and stood for, you kind of stand for it.
When I have a daughter and she's ripe for marriage, never ever marry an insecure man. If you do, you'll end up miserable. You see, an insecure man will never want you to flourish beyond the parameters that he sets for you, and that's very bothersome. And he will not only ensure that you never earn more than him, he'll make sure that your entire life revolves around his proclivities and idiosyncrasies. And in the same vein, I'll tell my son, nurture your woman. God gave her wings to fly, so never relegate her to the ground. And not every time should women be sacrificing their lofty goals for men. Men should also learn to do same at times. Because a secure man wants what's best for the woman and the union. But maybe it's just me, Sha. But wouldn't it sound cool to just be a beneficiary of your woman's genius? Like, guy, do you really want to suffer? Don't you want to relax and be taken care of sometimes? You see, I have this very funny thing that I always say, that one of my life goals is to go to my wife's office when she's about to make a presentation, sit at the back, raise my hand when it's question time and shout, "Tiri Bosa for the man who put a ring on it." No one should be prouder of your woman than yourself. I know some guys are watching this and are like, "Oh my God, Shara, that's so me." But you're in a relationship and you're giving your woman attitude because she just bagged a job that is 3 times your salary. You are not ready. Extreme patriarchy could put sansan inside your relationship. Listen, romantic relationships are a collaboration and not a contention. And your woman should be a reflection of the quality of your life. Let people see her and know that she has been watered and not stifled. Ariel.
Hello, good evening. My name is Zadok and welcome to Unspoken, the podcast. March has been a very lovely month. We had the International Women's Day and we also had Modern Sunday. So today our topic is special. We'll be honoring women. And our topic today is honoring women. How do you honor the women in your lives? Your mother, your wife, your daughter, your sister-in-law, your aunt. How do you treat the women in your life? Do you just take them for granted or do you celebrate them? Do you just celebrate them because we have special days for them or do you celebrate them every time? Is the home, do you make the atmosphere conducive for them? Do you support them? Do you believe in their goals? Are you ready to allow your woman take the forefront? Would you support her and take the back seat? Are you her strength? Now, if you must know, your wife, your partner, is a reflection of your decision choices. So if that woman is not growing, if that woman is not achieving destiny, well, we should look at you, the man. What is it that you're doing wrong? Is it that you're not nurturing her enough or that support isn't there? But as usual, I don't do this alone. I come with my crew and I allow them to do the introductions.
My name remains Dokachukuma. Thank you for bringing me on again.
Welcome, sir.
My name is Tejiri Joanna Tialobi, It's great to be here again.
Welcome. So let's allow you take the floor now. Yeah. So we just want to let you to tell us from your own point of view, how best do you think men should honor or celebrate the women in their lives? How often should they? How best can they? And how do we even speak to you people that we doesn't speak to the women folk that doesn't seem like we're speaking Chinese?
All these questions are menu. Can I remember them? Just start with one first.
Oh, yeah.
Start with one now.
I'll pick the one that's most convenient for you.
Okay. I think that one of the ways that, okay, let me first start. How often should you celebrate the woman? I think it's every day.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it is only the woman that should be celebrated. We should both celebrate ourselves, right? Celebrate the man in your life or the men in your life, and then also the men should also celebrate the women. I don't believe in a one-way giving or one-way traffic situation, you understand? So it's a give and take situation. That way we both grow. I'm watered and my partner is also watered, all right? Then I think that one of the ways, because there are several ways you could, honor women, but one of the ways you could really honor them is first by understanding them as human beings, not objects.
You see this thing you said there. It's some people say if you are looking for a manual to understand a woman, you will grow beard. So.
But that is also a vague statement meant to justify inability to understand women. Okay?
So please teach us how.
It is a vague statement, especially by people who do not want to put in the effort. Understanding a woman, not just a woman, a human being needs effort. Okay? And also, one of the ways you can do this is by asking questions. Some men, assume, and it shouldn't be, because you're a woman and you are, okay, I have a friend. Now, this, my friend, she's a mom of 2 toddlers. Yoruba will say lera, she gave birth to them almost in quick succession. You know what that means? Boys.
A whole lot of stress.
Boys. She's also an entrepreneur doing 2 businesses. And she's the type of lady that doesn't want to have a maid help. Yeah. God bless you. And so most of the time she's always overwhelmed. She's short-fused, emotional. And my husband does not appreciate me. He did not call you to slave in his house. He doesn't understand why with the money available you are slaving. But you want him to appreciate you that you can balance the whole function together. But it's affecting your emotional availability towards him too. So he cannot appreciate what he doesn't understand. You understand? So when I mean women should be understood as human beings, I'm saying that not just the man understanding the woman. Now, the woman too also has to understand the man she has so that there can be a balance to whatever issues it is they are facing, right? But first of all, if we are focusing on women, men should understand woman. My woman, does she see help as me just keeping her company in the kitchen? What is help to my woman? Is it for me to just keep her company in the kitchen and be gisting with her? Is help for her, does it mean that I should help her to dice onion? Or I should just buy her ice cream and, hail her that, hey, Toyi, girl, is that what she loves, Is it flowers? Does she love flowers? Does she love words of affirmation? You understand? There are some men that are they are so set in their ways that even when the woman is saying, no, this is what I like, the fact that the woman is saying that is what she likes, they will deliberately do the opposite, that you cannot control me. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Let's understand that I don't contest the fact that men are the heads of the home. I do not contest it in any way. Okay.
So you don't belong to the feminist movement?
I am a feminist, but I don't believe that men are not heads. I believe that men are the heads. It's not, I don't even want to be the head. I love to relax and be taking care of.
That they are co-pilots.
We are co-pilots in the sense that I am the neck. Is the head. If I decide to... But administratively, he is the head. Now, the challenge why women fight that headship so much is that men, not all men, some men have come to misconstrue headship, you know, for dictatorship, which is now having adverse effects. And that is why sometimes I cringe at the word control. For these days, sometimes when I talk to men, I say, Shelly, my control by. I'm like, yo, what's that? Shelly, my control. Who are you talking to? An animal? Shelly, my control. Do you get?
No,
okay, but I do believe.
Should we even ever seek to control people in any way?
Of course, no. We shouldn't seek to control people because I usually say that I've been born again for some decades now, and the Holy Spirit is still, I'm still struggling with the Holy Ghost, you know. So why do I think I can control someone when I've not submitted to control? So, but I would say that we should, you know, there is a way you can help someone to see that the direction the person is going to is wrong, you know, without, and then the person will respond. Of course, I know there are obstinate people that are, you know, stubborn and who always want to have their way. But I wouldn't want to use the word, control. You know, control. Okay, you because
know, I was having this discussion with someone yesterday. Sorry, Pastor, to cut in, you know. And the person was saying that why is it that women always fight at the word control? I said because most times it comes with negative connotation, you know. Like you want a woman who has been living on her own for the past 5 years, who is successful in 1 or 2 businesses, who has relationships, who has 1 or 2 things she's doing, who has been in leadership position. You want her to suspend all those skills, all those talents, and submit to you. That is not even an issue for me because I work in organizations and I submit to leadership. But what am I submitting to? Am I submitting to somebody who has the skill to lead me?
Who has a superior
Do you understand?
idea or...
You understand? So women don't have problems with submission.
Some have, anyway.
The problem,
you know what she's
the problem
saying?
is
No.
when the head itself.
Not always.
No, sir. You know, I think I get what she's saying. I was listening to a teaching by Apostle Irene, and he says, men think they are pragmatic, but men are romantic. Women think they are romantic, but women are pragmatic. He said when a woman is going to select, when she decides on a choice of a suitor, she goes for the best. She treats it like she's taking a job. What are my prospects here? Does this make sense? What are my chances? Is there a chance for growth? Now, for a man can just be romantic and he will just get carried away. But for women, they look for the prospects, they see the opportunities, they do a whole lot of analysis. But for men, most times
It
you
is
get carried
not
away.
always
But
the case.
the issue is this now. Women can be, most times, a better judge of character, and we identify opportunities. And then, funny enough, as I finished that clip, and that video came in, and then it was by Pastor Dolapo Lawal. And he said there was this man that, the guy is a foodie, and he's been trying to see Obasanjo for a while, and then this guy just gets up and tells his wife, so, I'm not eating, I'm going on a fast, I've been trying to see Obasanjo. And the wife said, is that what he eats now? He said, no, he wants to share fast. He will put a whole lot of pressure on himself. That 2 weeks later, his wife just calls him, hello, where are you? Come to so-and-so place. He got to that place. He's been trying to see Obasanjo for 2 years. He did not. In 2 weeks, the wife said she summoned him somewhere, and live and direct, he was face to face in front of Obasanjo. And Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria at that point in time. And then he was looking at the wife like, okay, who am I really living with? Now, for 2 years, he was working at this thing. He couldn't get it done. The moment he involved that woman, he never knew the people she knew. He never even knew the power she carried. So that up till this day, the man still does not understand how the wife made it happen. Pulled that stunt that a sitting president, he had access to a sitting president, in 2 weeks. All protocols were suspended. Now, it comes to the way, who is your spouse? That's why I said women can be very pragmatic because they see so that if a woman is with a particular man, it's because she's seen a promise. Now, for you as a man now, this is where the problem sets in. I think where men begin to lose, like when she was saying about the headship thing. Now, that woman sees a promise in you. Fine, you have promise. Are you working on yourself? Even if things are not aligning, what are you doing to yourself? Are you developing yourself? We know you're going through a process, you've not arrived yet. But are you sharpening yourself? Are you honing your skills? She sees that continuous work on yourself, she will continue to respect you, knowing that it's just a matter of time, he will get to that place. And when she sees that, she will also summon all her resources, everything she can do for her to submit to you. But the moment you relax on your oars and she says that this one like this, NFA, no future ambition.
And usually it's always after back-to-back mishaps. Yeah. You make a decision, you did not bring in an input, the decision fails, brings consequences. She'll begin to be careful. She'll be watching you. Yeah. You make another decision without asking her input. The decision brings lots of problems, commotion in the house. Gradually, that's where men begin to lose.
And I also say vis-a-vis, sometimes you will see a man who will also allow the wife to
do everything.
But then, just like what you said, if she does something and, blew things up the first time, the second time, the other, you see the man will now, try to
guard himself.
And there will be problem also. So I think that the two partners actually, we're talking about, the word control now.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to use control, but I would also want to say that the head should be the head, the assistant should be the assistant. And when we understand our different roles, you will see that sometimes even the subordinate or not subordinate now, the assistant, the woman, will be the one running the whole thing. Joel Austin said something that when they got married, he said, my wife, we agree that I will be making important decisions, she will be making
small decisions.
But since 30 years now, there is no important decision
that he has made.
So sometimes when you discover that your partner is doing well, there's no need trying to slam the head.
Trying to
you
flex.
Trust our judgment.
Trying to flex. But I think for some men, actually, to balance things up, yes, you go to some forums and you read some things and you're like, oh, shit. Like, so men get to the point where for some men who are not as successful as their partners, some men believe that at a particular point, when some women become more successful than their partners, they begin to rub it in. It might be indirectly, but the thing is, it's not like she's more successful, she's busier now. You don't expect a woman who's just been going on trips, trying to sort things out, and then she just arrives, let's say she arrives from Nairobi today, she has another meeting in London in under 72 hours, and you're asking her to come and be emotionally available to you at that point in time.
No, let's not do that.
So we would understand that jet lag and co, but the thing is this now, I wouldn't expect that we would reach a consensus.
That's what I'm saying. We should not hide under busy schedule to deprive our partners of emotional availability or emotional comfort.
Yeah,
you understand? For me, that's why I said that, especially men need to learn intimacy without physical touch.
Okay.
Please enlighten us.
Yes.
Educate us.
In fact, there is a book by Pastor Kingsley.
It doesn't exist in our dictionary.
Yes, that's the problem.
Without physical touch, it doesn't exist in our
That's the problem.
We want to touch you. Yes. What are you saying?
The problem with you touching all the time is that in this adult world, there are situations, like you said, what if the lady suddenly gets a job that demands her traveling all the time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It will become a problem. What if it is the man who gets the job where he has to travel for a while? It will become a problem. We don't have control over this adult life. So while you put all your intimacy on physical touch, if there is a need for either party to travel, there's going to be a problem.
See, I would say that is why we should grow up, okay? We should plan ourselves. Look, no matter how busy I am, I should know that my home is the priority. So I should create time. Any time that I'm home, if I'm going to spend just 6 hours at home, then I should make it count. By the grace of God, there was a time I wasn't around.
Time is money. You can
No,
always...
I'm coming. I wasn't around. I will come spend a month and go back in a year. Okay? So at that time, you should give her, I mean as a man now, if it's a woman, you should give him, do everything, cancel some of the, anything you can cancel and satisfy him or her. Do you understand? Because if we don't, at a point in time, we'll discover that we've started drifting.
Even when you are not around,
Yeah.
the intimacy should still be there. Now, I'm going to give an example.
No. You know why I'm saying that? Like, we are men, so we know what we're talking about.
Let me explain to
so
you.
The
I
physical
know of a couple. I know of a couple. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know of a couple that the woman involved is like a senior, like big auntie to me. She's been in Nigeria for a while now, for over 3 years, while the husband is out of the country.
Yeah.
And the time difference is like 6 to 7 years. But before I even knew that they were apart, it took a while because it didn't show. Anytime I'm with her, she's always on call. Oh, speaking as if he's on ground. He knows everything going on.
Yeah.
She does not. Do you get what I'm saying? That relationship did not suffer.
Yeah.
The only time there was a little issue was where I think she wanted to relieve him financially of one expenses, and she said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm going to handle it." And I was like, "Oh my God, has it come to that you'll be refusing my financial help, and all of that?" It cost a big. He said, and she said, "No, I was just trying to, you've paid tuition fee, and he said, "Did I complain to you? Did I complain?" Do you understand? Where I'm going to is there are times I understand the importance of physical touch.
Yeah.
I know it is very important.
I'm coming, just
but
a
I'm
minute.
saying,
Just a minute. Where I was then was 8 hours ahead of here. Okay? So sometimes if you come back, during the day will be your night, because it will take at least a month before your body will readjust. So, but what do you do? Come back, go to bed and sleep, so that when it is time to do
your calls,
the real job you should do, you do it. So if she come back from Nairobi, she should take a rest, knowing that she's jetting out in the next 72 hours. Take a rest immediately, and give us the real deal.
What I'm saying, you guys are not getting it.
All right, please help us get it.
I am saying that if men don't develop the capacity to be intimate first, without physical touch, sometimes when you demand the physical touch, the woman may not be in the right frame of mind to give you what you want. And that is where some women say that their husbands rape them. Do you get what I'm saying? For example, I've been at work, busy day. You've not been texting me, asking me, how is your day going on, Abike? My sweetheart, what's going on with you? Oh, do you want me to order you ice cream? You're not showing interest in what concerns me. And then I call you that I'm just getting frustrated in this work. Oh, they want to kill me. They want to, oh my God, I'm tired. And you're not giving me sweet words to reassure me, affirm me, and all of that. And then when I get home, you want to touch me. Touch me how? How do you want to touch? What do you want? I don't come in to be Mumbo. But if you had been the voice of reasoning in my ear, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, intimacy, care. Maybe I should use the word care. Deliberate care.
So you're saying we should make it first in first.
It's not just, wait, I don't want to be vulgar. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't be. There should be can you use your words as foreplay first? Put the woman in, we're emotional. You understand? So that's why some men will say,
but some men are stoic now. Why? Oh yeah, you can see the way I've been looking at you. Didn't you understand communication visual? Don't you understand visual clues? You should understand visual clues.
You understand.
We'll expand more on this after we come from the break.
If I was a woman, I'm going to have to create a baby, house that baby inside of me, feed that baby, have to deal with a period every single month, have to deal with my hormonal changes, my body changing, all of these changes inside of me. No, I would never open my damn door. And I would never, ever pay for a bill, because that's your responsibility. And the way I support you is to give life to you. And the way I support you is to love you with all of my heart and soul, and to encourage you in those moments when you feel down and you feel worried. That's how I would support you as a woman. And there's value in that. That's the problem. The problem is that the unconscious man doesn't see value in that. The unconscious man only sees value in results, in money, in action. The conscious man sees value because the conscious man is a spiritual being. So he realizes that when his woman is in his presence, the mere value of having her in his life, the mere value of her intuition, of her words, of her guidance, that is more valuable than anything he can ever imagine. And for that, he will provide. He will create a life that allows her to rest whenever she wants to rest and be whoever she wants to be, because it's his honor to do so, because she does the same thing for him.
Need to be your partner, your person's biggest. I mean that with my whole heart. You need to be your partner's biggest fan. And if you can't, then you either need to check in on your insecurities, you either need to pay attention, or you've chosen the wrong person. If you don't want their dreams to come true, if you don't want them to succeed, if you don't want them to be their happiest, best self, do not promise to spend a lifetime with them. We talk about how to handle boundaries and how to do all of that, but you want someone in your corner. You want someone in your corner on your worst days, on your best days, and you want to feel like you're on the same team. And I deeply believe you need to be your person's biggest fan, and that contributes to them being the one and building the right relationship.
Welcome back. Right, so my question is to you, TJ, is how can we as men help you become the best version of you? Because the thing is, you said we shouldn't assume. We don't want to make assumptions now. But at the same time, because you speak to some men and says they speak to their women and the women don't seem to be driven at all. You know, when you speak to them, what's your plans? And we have children, we're married, we train the children. Like, you personally, what do you want to do? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? How can I support you? And sometimes it seems like some people just, once we marry, we sacrifice everything on the altar of marriage. Now we're saying, you're asking us, okay, now things have changed. Men want to support their women. So how do we support our women? Now, if we find out our woman is not driven, how do we get her to be driven? Is there something we say? Is there something we do? Do we sign her up for a course? What do we do now? So that we don't just want it to be a one-way street. We want to grow together, because at the end of the day, these kids are going to leave. But when these kids leave, we would say we've lived ourselves?
I think first off is that we should first of all try to make sure that we are not forcing our opinion, our mindset on our dreams, on our partners. And that brings me to something we've discussed here before. Most times people choose partners based on physique. How do they complement me? Not about their mindsets, their values, and their beliefs. Some women are not driven and they like themselves like that. They're just simple. They just want the simple things of life. It doesn't make them inferior to the Okonjo Iwealas. They know what they want and they love it. They don't want to be out there. If you check all the governor's wives, not all of them are as active.
First lady.
I don't think I've seen an active first lady than Madam Patience. I think if there's anybody who's going to rival her, it should.
No, Miriam Babangida actually.
She was the first.
She was the first. She created that office. She was the first.
No, I think if somebody should rival, it should be Stella Obasanjo. If somebody is going to rival Patience,
because with that signature boo-boo everywhere at that point in time, Madam Better Life, How would you not know Miriam?
No. I think if you look at what they've accomplished, maybe her being the pioneer makes it, you know.
She was the pioneer first lady. She was that trendsetter.
I'm telling you, people who puts in.
But Patience was giving us back-to-back memes.
Not just Patience, you know, even Stella. You know,
Stella
I once read an account.
She was the soft. She gave us the humane part of the Obasanjo government. Basically.
Not just the humane part. I think she was the only one who had access to Obasanjo's heart. She was the only one, and that's why he refused to replace her when she died. You know, for somebody as strong as Obasanjo, they said he doesn't joke with. If Obasanjo says no, and Stella says yes, consider it done. But according to what I heard, they said she pulled every string when he was in the prison, that she was the only woman who did even what Obasanjo could not imagine. And so she won a place in his heart. And even when she became president, she told him, I'm going to stand, you know, by you. When you're making the difficult decisions, I will be there. But there are some women who just want to go there and be taken care of. And they're okay too. Yeah. So we don't use such women to be the yardstick where you used to judge all women. So if you know you want the ambitious woman, marry the ambitious woman. Don't come and convert the woman who wants to relax and be taken care of by nagging her.
No, but you know, some of us actually, now, I'll give you something this time. It wouldn't be the man, you know, the thing is, if a man is raised by a strong woman, now, you know, for women back in the days, you know, they just, like you said, they take charge of everything. They allow the men go, be the men. The men just go out there and, you know, get a living for the family. Yeah. Those women took charge. They did everything. Now, those women set a template that the modern woman is not going to fit in, per se. Because now the modern woman now earns. The modern woman now upgrades herself. The modern woman does a lot more, but not maybe in the physical way those women, our mothers, were as a template. Now, for a man who saw his mom be all that, now, we say, you know, some people at School of Thought will tell you a king can only be raised by a queen, right? So his mother was the queen. She ruled the kingdom. She took care of everything. He saw that as a template. You know, it would be hard for that man if he's not ready to make compromise that. When, yes, in his choice of selection, he meets a woman who he feels compliments him and cool. And he feels, oh, iron sharpeneth iron. By the time we spend time together, she'll rub off me, I'll rub off her, and I think I'll be able to make a better version now. You know, there was no, even if he tries as much as possible as he tries, and the image of his mother will linger on. And if they are not careful, there will be times that that's where the issues will be coming from. Because when the wife does something, I go like, how far now? What is it? Even my mother handled all that and gracefully without any complaint. What is it? And then you have issues where somebody say, go and marry your mother.
Yeah, I want to say that there are two issues, 2 points or problems, you know. Number one is that we can't help who we fall in love with. And once you fall in love with someone, that's all. I mean, you will begin to give excuses. You may say that this person is not really what you wanted, but you've already fallen in love. No. That's when you'll be saying, okay, I will change her and or I will change him. And which is, you can't change
only
anybody.
God can change.
You know,
I want to ask you a question, okay, sir. If, God forbid, you have a daughter, and God forbid, it won't happen. Yeah. And she brings in a drug addict and says, oh, I've fallen in love. This is who I want to marry, a drug addict.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Definitely, if my daughter or my son should bring in someone whom I know is not God's will.
I'm not talking about God's will, sir.
Yeah. This is who they've chosen.
That this person is a drug addict.
Okay, let's remove God's will now.
Yes, that this person.
I can see that this person. Now, what you will do to help such a daughter or a son is not just to attack the person. You have to take your time to explain things, that life is not just you know, you have
the reason why I asked you this question is because you said
you don't have. No, I understand. That's where you're coming from.
But Daddy, I am grown. I can make my
But the
decisions.
truth,
You've trained us as children.
Yeah.
You've given us the best. Now it's our turn to make the decision, and this is the person I want to be with.
sure, sure.
So all I just need is your blessings, whether you agree or not.
Or not.
Would you do that, sir?
I will do that if I could see that there could be a change. Okay?
But sir,
then,
but sir, but you also-
if with the picture you painted, okay, I will try as much as possible to tell you that there is no way there.
But history has shown that most of those people, most times, we drag you in.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to name names, but there's a church girl that was a global sensation singing, and she mixed with that bad boy. She died, her daughter died, everything. It's, you know, he was bad for her. Everybody knew he was bad for her. And she was that global sensation. And up till today, some people are saying, if she had not mixed with that guy. There was a time they separated them and she was recovering, and then bam, Bros shows up again.
I think.
So would you now, with that hindsight now you've
we
seen,
need to
would
stop.
you now still say, okay, my daughter, I trust your decision. I have trained you. I trust your decision. I believe whatever you must have seen something. Would you still agree to it?
No, I wouldn't agree to that.
But you've trained her. Don't you believe in your
I think we need to
process?
stop this propagating this. I don't know what to call it. That where we fall in love and all of these things. Love is not enough.
No. Now, what I said is a general statement, all right?
It's not just you.
But what, what I want to tell anyone who comes to me is that it's not just about love, okay? But
So
generally,
there's more to it.
yes, there, of course. But I'm telling you the reason why we have problems.
Yes.
The reason why we have problems is that we will fall in love and we'll be blind to
Yes.
things
Yes.
until we get in, and then we'll begin to see the
discover
reality.
them.
So that
Okay,
means
and again, we marry, some of us will say, okay, I will change him, I will change her, which you don't have what it
no,
takes.
I think we attended I attended a program February 14th where
Yes.
we met a guest speaker, and she said, see, now I tell my people, if they come to me, I said, please, you should go and do psychometric analysis.
Yes.
Let us know the mental well-being of both of you. Now, if you both know what your mental well-beings are, she said it even went to the point that there are free analysis online you can take to just give you an inkling. So the thing is this now, if you're going to get married to somebody that has zero empathy, it is not their fault that they have zero empathy.
that they
But
cannot relate,
they cannot
with you on
relate.
certain things.
So they don't have empathy. It is not their fault. That is how they've been wired. You are just going to be nagging about this person. You'll be nagging this person to death, and the person will be like, what's wrong with this one? Why is this one like this?
You won't relate. You won't be
They
able
won't.
to relate.
Sure, understand. So, but if you have to do that analysis and you find out, oh, you know that. So before you then say yes to it, I do, you just know that this one has zero empathy. Is this what I want to put myself
And this is why
through?
I'm surprised now at the recent trend all over everywhere. That what is talking stage? There should not be talking stage. There should not be talking stage.
Cool.
And I'm like, what is this?
I don't understand. So there shouldn't be courtship?
No, they are saying that there should not be talking stage. So if, for example, now I'm a guy, I meet a girl, I should just tell the girl, oh, I like you and I want to date you. Let's start dating, and then we should just start dating straight up.
No, I think no. For me, I don't think that should work. I think maybe I'm old school though.
It is in this talking stage that we are going to discover what you're talking
Of course,
about.
Because see,
That's when we are going to know your
okay,
do you
for me
understand
as
your
a person,
mental ability.
personally, as a person, as well, I believe in. I have series of open-ended questions I ask. For me as a person, okay, maybe because I grew up in the house where my mom has been a pastor for a very long time, and she does a whole lot of counseling. And trust me, growing up as a child with the eavesdrop, the things you hear, the things you hear growing up, you just like the things you hear, the things you've seen over time. It doesn't make sense because, and then you grow up as an adult, then it begins to make sense to you now that, oh, so really this was what they were saying back then. But you wouldn't comprehend it as a child, but as an adult where you find yourself in that position. Now, growing up, I knew certain things. I had a list of all the things I wanted in a woman. I know, okay, if she takes 70% of this, that is fine. Now, I also have a list of the compromises I'm willing to make, right? Now, I also have a series of the medical tests I want to run. So by the time I met my wife, it was just simple. We asked those questions. Auntie Biko, what are the values? These are my own values. These are my ethos. What are yours? We compare and contrast notes. What is your future plans? How many children do you want to have? What are your plans for them? How do you want to raise them? Because I had to start asking those questions. I cannot see. I don't want to stress myself. This life, I've seen, growing up, we've seen a whole lot of marriages collapse, and I've always told myself, no, mine is not going to, I'm going to be an exception. But also, I've been in a serious relationship that was on that path that collapsed, and I knew it took a whole lot to get me back from the brink. Now I'm saying to myself, I have to get married. This one has to work. So I just didn't walk in blind. I had notes. Come, auntie, we'll start taking it one by one. And when it got to that extent, I think, okay, they are talking stage. After we've ticked off the notes, okay, I can make this compromise, this. Okay, we can do this. We exchange notes. I'm a very romantic person. Do I agree to some of the trends? Hell no. So I just told her, please, if you are waiting for me to come and kneel down, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to kneel.
Why? Why won't you kneel?
That is me.
But you want me to kneel for you?
Wait now.
You want me to kneel to give you kola nuts during the wedding day, Abi?
I didn't say if you decide to kneel.
I will follow you. I will follow you.
No, the thing is this now. We had to exchange. I had to bounce off the things I needed to. See, because one of the things I told her, and I've seen over time, is the moment we start to share our problems with other people, they will tear us apart. I told her point blank. I said, I've seen it happen. I said, see, once I start to report you to my siblings or my parents, I will forgive you. You see those guys?
They will never.
They won't forgive you.
Yep.
If anything goes wrong with me, they will just say, what's my partner? She wants to kill him. That's what she used to do. She did this at so time. So I was like, whatever the issue is, come, let us face each other. So we'll talk about it in the room. When other people walk in, we'll just, hello, hi. So when they go finish, we'll continue. Whoa, don't try that. But let us learn to iron our issues out. Let us learn to work it out. Now, God forbid. But if we get to that stage where we feel, it looks like whatever is bonding us together, it's no longer working. Please don't attempt to stab me. Don't attempt to poison me. If there's anything, if you think it's no longer working, you are no longer finding joy, come to this table. Let's just sit down here. Is this separation you want? If it's separation where we'll not spoil each other's name, we'll have an open-ended relationship, let us know. So we'll still keep the names, everybody will raise our children. How do we want to be active in our lives? So that I don't want somebody to poison me. And I don't want to get to a process where I want to beat somebody's child. The way I was raised, I will not, God forbid, I will not do that. But please do not put me in a position that would make me, because there's nobody, see, the thing is this now, right now it's got that people will trigger you. They will trigger you to that point where you react. And then they will say that is your real attitude. They are very wicked people, and that's manipulative, and that's gaslighting. Yep. They will trigger you, they will poke you, you poke me till the BMA comes out, and then they say, that's your real character. You're a wicked person because you knew that's my pain point. You know that's my weakness, and you continue to poke it. You want to use it to justify. No. You do that, and then you say, he's not loving enough. He's not, you're a wicked person. So we had those arguments where we had to point this out that, still, I know there is no manual to understanding a woman, but these are the things I want. What are the things you want? So sometimes we compare notes, and when something happens, you just call me, okay, I think recently some things happened, we were having because you said, these were not the things you promised me, or that I said, auntie, because our prayers are not answered. When the prayers are answered, all the other things, we'll be taking them off the list. But as of now, what are we making of ourselves? Because it is what we continue to make of ourselves that by the time we keep growing, we'll be thinking of, we have a whole lot of list of what we want to do.
And we have a long time.
We have a long time to achieve it, to work on it. Now, but I'm going to come back home to you if I feel something's not working and tell you, this is what it's not. A lot of times, the time I lost my job, I think we were preparing for a wedding, and I think 2 months before the wedding, and I just knew I was going to resign. I just said, auntie, as we dey plan for that wedding, I just know that by the time we do the wedding, I will have no job. She's just so like, are you serious? I said, yes, I'm very serious. I'm dead serious. She's like, okay. You know, and I left the job. We had the wedding and I was jobless. I found job later, and then there are situations where I had to swap jobs. And I told her, she's like, would it make you happy? It will make me happy. Are you okay with it? Yes. And there are times where we even had to distance her to come in, and then we had to separate. But like you said, it's a deliberate thing. Yes, I get on the phone, Auntie.
From everything you're saying, there is a
happening?
Deliberate effort to communicate.
Yeah.
That is what is missing.
But
because one party will assume for the other party. And so the one who is assuming will want to enforce the assumption. Yeah. For example, I read a story, you know, and this story, the man, the woman was, both of them did not have any children, no child, after about 12 years. And so the man now, you know, the lady said, oh, they said we should go for tests. The man beat her, how dare you come to meet me that we should go for tests? Are you all right? In my family, nobody is barren. How dare you? Go beat the woman, maltreated her. After the 12th year, he chased her out of the home. So he married another person. Within 2 years, the woman put to bed a boy. So he now, out of spite, invited the other woman, not knowing that the other woman too had gotten someone else and had put to bed twins, a boy and a girl. So she brought the twin children to the naming ceremony. He wanted to spite the ex. So when she came, he was now the one that was, you know, in pain because he was seeing her with children. Yeah. So having seen her with children and seen the changes in her body, he knew that she was truly pregnant and all. So he now went to do DNA for the one that his wife gave birth to. You already know the end of this story.
It's not his. All right.
Now, he ended up chasing this new wife away. But he didn't tell anybody the reason.
If he had done the
both
test,
of them knew.
he would have known. Now, in this, I know we cannot finish this topic today. We'll have to extend it. But what advice would you, in 1 minute, what advice would you give to men to learn to honor their women, to adore them?
Well, I will say that number one is attention. Okay, it's very broad, you know. To honor a woman is a daily thing that, like she said, give her attention. Okay, notice her. Your wife wouldn't go and come in with a new hair and you wouldn't notice it.
Oh, you know? That's an abomination. No? So, like I'm doing the hair like this for you and you are not saying that.
Okay, so give her quality time. It may not be too long, but if it is just a few minutes, be there, be available, listen to her, let her talk to you, and then you talk to her. And like I said the other time, earlier, you know, there must be quality, romantic, and the sexual life.
We will expand on that some other time.
So,
TJ?
Oh my goodness! It's the emphasis on the last part for me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for me, what I'm going to add is that there should be also intentionality. Intentionality. Oh, I noticed that my wife is not looking so happy today. So what's going on? What Shelley now? So intentionality. There should also be consistency. Don't show care today and tomorrow you become morose and then you say, okay, and nothing more show care. Like, or in this social media age now, I'm sending you reels. Like I'm sending you reels. You are not responding to the reel. You are not replying to the reel. Guy, are you all right? Okay. Do you understand? So there are ways you can, you know, relate with them. Sometimes the reel could even be to poke you.
Yeah.
Maybe something you've done.
In
this age of social media, you have a reel for everything, even justification of bad behavior.
True that.
You know, but responding to the reels, you know, just make sure that you are intentional. You know, if it's communication, if it's assisting in the home chores, if you are the type that you don't do domestic chores, don't force yourself, but get help available for her. Don't change yourself. You can have compromise. You don't have to be a slave for your wife to be the best husband. You know, but you can be intentional about things that matter to her and be consistent. Don't be hot today and cold tomorrow and expect that your hotness yesterday should. All things are passed away as we are sleeping in the night and we are waking up. Everything is.
Decide where you want to stay so that the thunder will fire you. There's no problem.
Hopefully, no thunder. We fire anybody.
All right, it's been a wonderful session. I've learned. I hope you've learned. And please like, subscribe, share, and please comment. Let us know what you think. Share your thoughts with us. Have a wonderful evening.